Welcome to the Man's Voice podcast. Here with me, Kwabna Bibini Berry, making call me DJ Fuad. It's 1:32 a.m. here in Accra, Ghana, and we are dedicated for this, so we are here. So we're going to talk about toxic masculinity. The problem with toxic masculinity. Yes, there's a lot of trouble. There's a lot of problems with this term, this phrase that has been wrongly associated with men. So today we are going to debunk and refute the lies, as we do all the time, and look at what it really means when we mention the word toxic masculinity. And mostly I say that the Men's Voice podcast is here to make men make decisions, especially relationship decision and decision about men and women based on knowledge, information, data. Because a lot of men have fallen into relationships not because they knew what they were doing, or because they were coerced, they were forced, they were manipulated into those kind of relationships. And that is what we are here to do. And information, the lack of it, can make you take certain decisions, can make you believe certain things. And once you believe certain things, you do certain things as well. So we are looking at the term toxic masculinity. I know you've heard it several times. And they tell you that, toxic masculinity refers to men who are stoic, men who are strong, men who don't cry. And let me say it here. If you're a man listening to me, watching me anywhere, any day, if you don't feel like crying, don't cry. And it's not every time, anywhere that you should cry. Yes. You have obligation to do that. That does not make you toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity rather refers to women who are trying to behave and live their lives like men. Walk like men. Do everything like men. They are the ones that we can refer to as toxic masculinity, because women are women and they're supposed to be women and they are not trying to be women. What happens is that in their quest to be the fake version of men, they overdo things and then they become toxic unto themselves and everyone around them. But instead of letting it stay with women, as they have created that kind of fake men, they project it into men. Because the moment they make the term toxic masculinity stay with women, as women were the one who made it possible, it will make feminism look bad. And as they do all the time, once they do the thing and it's not good, they project it onto men. And as I told you, that is why even globally, women don't want to vote for women. Because they know that most of them are not good at leadership. I mean, how can a group of people who cry that we should give them chance to be leaders? Which leaders are allowed to become leaders? You train yourself. You learn everything that comes with leadership. You exhibit leadership qualities. Then you vie for it, and you are given the nod to lead. You understand? So we're going to go into an article that exposes why toxic masculinity does not refer to any man. A man is a man. It's either you are sick in the head as a narcissist, which makes you controlling, manipulative, or you're a psychopath. And we have narcissists and psychopaths in women too. So a man that is sick is a man that is sick. They need medical attention. A woman that is sick is a woman that is sick. They need medical attention. I wouldn't say toxic femininity. No. She is a feminine woman, or once she tries to be like a man, then she becomes toxic masculine. Because her masculinity does not serve herself and does not serve anyone. It destroys her and then destroy the whole society. So if you've been able to watch up to this far, please do subscribe to the channel. Please like the like button. Please, if you don't like the button, don't move. Like and then write your comment. Write a comment and then let YouTube push this video to other viewers all over the world. So we are going to go into an article that exposes how it is rather women who are trying to become men. And because they are not men, they become the fake version of men. And anything that is fake will always do anything in its power to try to be like the original. In their quest to do that, they destroy things. They become toxic. They become poisonous. They become unwanted. So, if you're a man and you are stoic, meaning that you are able to stand painful situations, you don't cry unnecessarily, you don't burst into your emotion, you don't wear your emotion on your sleeves all the time, you are not toxic. You are only being a man. That is what a man is supposed to be. So let's go right into the article. Okay, let's go into the article. Please do subscribe and share the video and like. The more you share and you like, the more YouTube also send it to other people to learn. I've said that these days the men globally are in crisis because we allow feminism to flourish, which was good, because if we did not allow feminism to flourish, feminism would be making noise that the world should allow them to flourish and that there's something good in feminism that we are not allowing the world to see. Now we've seen it. It was an experiment. The results are out. The negative of feminism outnumber the positives. So it's about time we let the world know their lies. So, as you can see on your screen, women bullied at work. Here is why your female boss don't support you. It was published by Forbes.com. Okay, so you can go there and read it for yourself. Don't just listen to me. Anytime you hear something from me, read it for yourself as well. So, let's go into it. It says social movements such as Me Too and Time Is Up is igniting change and bringing women together. Yet, it still remains taboo for women to speak out about bullying at work. The Workplace Bullying Institute found women bully other women up to 80%. What? Up to 80%. Women who bully women is up to 80%. All right, let's go into it. You haven't seen nothing yet. Women have fought and continue to fight for a seat at the table and to be seen as equal to their male counterpart. Another lies and wrong perception. Men can never be equal to women. Women can never be equal to men. However, this fight often comes with challenges of its own. Marilyn Devonish certified NLP trainer said the women who rise to the top often take on a more aggressive leadership style in order to fit in and survive. This is most commonly known as toxic masculinity. Shere basaka masaka shakaya. Shere kasabama kasaya. Let's take it again. Let's take it again. She said, the women who rise to the top often take on a more aggressive leadership style in order to fit in and survive. This is most commonly known as toxic masculinity. This one, when you meet some of the ignorant feminists, what they will say is that, yes, we need to do that because men are strong, men don't give us, nobody gives you space to work. You create your space. And as a matter of fact, men are friendly towards women at workplaces of all kinds than anyone. Go to the street. Right now, Blacknificent Media is going to do some of these interviews in Ghana and ask women if they want to be leaders, they want to be under female bosses or male bosses. And they tell you they want to be under male bosses because we are men, we are cool, we are conversant with leadership, we know how to treat people, we know how to let people do what they are supposed to do without changing. But the article says, women who rise to the top often take on a more aggressive leadership style in order to fit in and survive. This is most commonly known as toxic masculinity. Now, let's stand here for a little while. Okay? Let's stand here for a little while. If masculinity is our thing, okay? If masculinity is our thing, as men, that is it. We don't need to try to fit in. It's when I want to do and act like women that I'll have to try to fit in. That is another exposure. Feminism is exposed here. As I told you, feminism is not about equality. It's about men hating. It's about training women to be like men. They are exposed nicely here. Now, let's go into the article again. Now, what is toxic masculinity then? Angelica Hamilton, HR practitioner and life coach, said toxic masculinity is when women model the behavior of their male peers. Wow. Wow. Guys, are you listening? Next time when they tell you that when men who don't cry, men who are trained to not to cry, not to show emotion, not to show vulnerability are toxic men, tell them they are lying. It is rather women who are trying to model their life like men. And because they are not men and can never be men and should never be men, that it is a mistake for them trying to be men. That's why when they succeed in behaving like men, they suffer and they become poisonous, they become toxic towards themselves and others. And that's why they bully their female subordinate under them when they become bosses. Let's continue. Angelica Hamilton, a HR practitioner and life coach, said, toxic masculinity is when women model the behavior of their male peers to lead successfully, which then becomes a part of their leadership style. Bina Patel, founder of Conflict Resolution Center, added, women emotionally lose themselves or their character of who they are at the core in order to fit in with the senior leaders. Furthermore, if a woman is new in the position, she will do whatever it takes to be the person that fits into the culture. This is pure gold. This is pure gold. So, as I am saying, A man can never be toxic. It is either a man who is sick, being a narcissist, being a psychopath, or any form of social or mental disorders. So let's refer to them as a man that is suffering from disease A, B, C, or D, rather than label people who are stoic, who don't cry, who don't wear their emotions on their sleeves as toxic, and therefore try to push the narrative that it is these men are rather wicked. No, they are not wicked. They know how to control themselves. So that's why those men don't end up in prisons. The men who behave like women are the ones who end up in prisons. Hallelujah. Here, it is about knowledge. It's about wisdom. It's about facts. We don't massage feelings here. And we don't deal with opinions. We deal with what is truth and fact. Let's continue. For this reason, they leverage less of their emotional intelligence and more masculine trait because they believe being too friendly makes them appear weak and incompetent. Wow. Wow. These women who are trying to climb the corporate ladder believe that when they become friendly, they become weak. But men are friendly and still lead. They know when to draw the line between a boss and a subordinate. And it doesn't come not with disrespect and bullying and fear mongering. I'm telling you, I have experienced that kind of leadership, female leadership before. When I was doing my national service, we were 2 guys from the university who were doing our service in that department. And our immediate boss will call the other person who was doing her service with me, it was 1 boy, 1 girl, into her office. And by the time this girl come back, she will be crying. She will insult this girl. And I did my investigation and realized, oh, okay, that's what she does. Anytime they bring somebody here that she thinks has a higher qualification, like a degree than her, she will bully you so that you don't even have the interest of staying here after your national service, because she thinks that maybe if you stay because of your degree, you might be her boss. So I've experienced it firsthand. And this article is jam. For this reason, they leverage less of their emotional intelligence and more masculine trait because they believe being too friendly makes them appear weak and incompetent. Contrarily, Kenny, director of operations at my roofing pal, expressed there is a pressure on women to act more aggressive and ruthless so they can keep up with their male counterpart. Oh la la. That is why we say that men and women are not the same. Men and women cannot be the same. The same thing that they need to be aggressive to do, men do it easily with laughter in their face. Men know when to let you know who you are. And another point, what men can do, women can do, is a lie, was a lie, has been a lie, and continue to be a lie. And that's why I always say that because feminism is not about science. And yesterday I was shocked to hear one feminist woman on TikTok saying that when I said that feminism do not respect science, this woman said science should respect me. Whoa. Science should respect you. That's why they will continue to suffer. Because they have issue with nature. Nature should respect you instead of you respecting nature. Let's continue. So feminism always lies, do not respect science, do not respect biology. So they lie to women. Most women in some corporate areas are killing themselves, are dying, but because they have to put a point so that feminism will not be disgraced, they are there. So let's continue. There is a pressure on women to act more aggressive and ruthless so they can keep up with their male counterpart. Otherwise, they think they will be taken advantage of or not taken seriously if they show more feminine qualities. So it means that femininity is weak. It's not competent. And the same people say they are fighting the patriarchy. These same people will tell you that they are fighting patriarchy. But for you to be able to work at the corporate world, you have to be a man. Hallelujah. Power to manhood. Power to femininity, masculinity. Power to masculinity. Power to masculinity. Power to masculinity. Never be ashamed of your masculinity as a man. Be proud of yourself. The same thing feminism say it is fighting is the same thing feminism is teaching women to become. Hallelujah to masculinity. And henceforth, the only thing that we can refer to as toxic masculinity is a fake man. A fake man is a woman who wants to become a man. A fake man is a woman who wants to become a man and can never be a man. And therefore, they become toxic, they become poisonous to themselves and poisonous to the people around them, especially in workplaces. Female bosses, as the article is suggesting, bully their subordinate females up to 80% most of the time. Fon Ferry reported nearly 25% of women hold C-suite position, making the competition to get to the top fierce. For this reason, some women who make it to the C-suite are determined to prove to men they are not like other women. Wow. They begin to see themselves as more driven and superior than the other women who haven't been successful in climbing the corporate ladder. I've been telling this like for years, even before I saw this article. I've been saying it on TikTok, Clubhouse, and many places that most women, when they are climbing the corporate ladder, they become men. And that's why most of them don't become successful in relationships, because the moment you become a man, your husband who married you as a woman was not a gay, so that he will be attracted in another man who is a gay. Now, instead of the man realizing that the woman has become a man and then draw her attention to it and see if she can make adjustment, the man doesn't even know that the woman has become a man. The man interpreted that the woman does not respect him. The woman does not respect him. And that creates a problem. So I'm telling you, the corporate world destroy women. Or the women use the corporate world to destroy themselves. Now, the corporate world is not to be blamed. It is somebody who don't fit into something by trying to prove a point, who is killing themselves. Yeah. What does it look like? While their intention for the organization might be good, their own insecurities end up turning them into toxic leaders. I'm saying that this article is gem. Every man should read this article, and every woman that wants to understand things should read this article. While their intention for the organization might be good, their own insecurity end up turning them into toxic leaders. Instead, instead of using their power to help women below them, they use it to prey on those they are intimidated by to keep them from advancing. Wow. To keep them from advancing. It's also common for toxic women to belittle others while talking themselves up. So they always see themselves as better than any woman below them. And this is why when you go to the street and you ask women, would you want a male boss or a female boss? They will say they want a male boss because they know themselves. And I'm telling you, in most countries, women outnumber their male population. Why are women not voting for female leaders? They know themselves. They know that the day we give the world totally into the hands of women, everything will come to a standstill. There will be no world. They will destroy within seconds. It is also common for toxic women to belittle others while talking themselves up. Dr. Foswa Booker Drew, founder of Solstice Consultancy, shared that for former female bosses, always talked about herself as being someone who did everything and nobody else was ever competent. King explained, toxic women shut down discerning opinions, actively engaged in office politics to get ahead, and live by the rhetoric that they don't have to apologize to anyone because it is just business. Subsequently, they gaslight, isolate, set female targets up to fail by significantly increasing or decreasing their workload. So what this part of the article is saying is that these women, in order for them to show to the corporation that they are the only few women who are good, they gaslight the other female below them, their subordinate, and also set them up to fail. For example, they will give this female subordinate, junior ranking member of the corporation, more workload so that no matter what you do, you fail. This is what women are doing to their fellow women in corporations. But men have allowed things to slide. These people will tell you that believe all women. Let's continue. Subsequently, they gaslight, isolate, set female targets up to fail by significantly increasing or decreasing their workload, withhold or purposefully provide incorrect information while creating a hostile work environment and getting away with it. She is the boss, and she doesn't want the corporation to see other women climbing up, so they sabotage them. I'm not the one saying it. Attackforce.com, who did this research. During their journey to the top, women have often sacrificed their work-life balance in order to provide their commitment to their role. They work through a vacation, the weekend, or even a maternity leave. Ergo, they expect others to leave for their jobs just as much as them. Those who don't risk being penalized. A poor work-life balance and inability to manage time properly shows employees this is what she considers to be a success. To other senior leaders, her extreme dedication might seem impressive, but the reality is it is due to her need for control and a lack of trust in her team. Why women turn against other women? Let's finish it and then I conclude here. Why women turn against other women? Women who target other women do so because they feel threatened and insecure. Their biggest fear is another woman, while another one will take their position. Instead of working with them, they work against them, viewing them as their competition. Toxic masculinity may play a role in why women bully other women, but there are plenty who have fought the same battle and are far from toxic. Zoe, CEO of Scoms Media, said a woman who abused her power bullying other women is struggling with her own fight for power and respect. The notion of making it easier for other women means that their own success is not as meaningful. By raising other women up, they are afraid they will be seen as less. Randy Brun, executive coach and former founder of Something Major, explained when it comes to women's relationship in the workplace, it is not all lean in circles and mentorship. For every Sherry Sonnen style, there are also men, there are also mean girls, Regina George type. When women feel inferior and or threatened by other women, they can become cruel and do outrageous things. Bennett stated that one sign that is significantly frequently overlooked is high or consistent turnover among female direct reports to a female boss. So you can go to Forbes.com, and read this article for yourself. It's quite a lengthy one, well researched. Read it for yourself and realize that the term toxic masculinity does not refer to a man that is not crying, a man that is not wearing his emotions on his sleeves, a man that is not reacting, rather responding. A stoic man is not toxic masculinity. A man cannot be toxic. His masculinity cannot be toxic. It's either you've met a man who is sick and need help. You don't do that. But it's rather women who are trying to behave, act like men who become toxic, because that is not who she is. And trying to put on that facade, she will be exposed. And her exposure is that she will be hurting women, hurting herself, and hurting men, and hurting everyone in society. So please, the next time you hear the word toxic masculinity, remember, it's not referring to men. It's referring to fake women, half women, synthetic. It's referring to synthetic men, fake men, half men, by force men. That is a woman who wants to become a man. When a woman becomes a man, she's not an original man. She can't do things like men. She becomes fake and then toxic unto herself, unto everyone, and to society. So it is what it is. Toxic masculinity refers to women who are trying to be like men. So let's look at the headline again so that you can go to Google, look for it, and read for yourself. Women bully at work. Women bullied at work. Here is why your female boss doesn't support you, this is pure gold. This is jam. Anyway, so as I told you, here we come to diffuse the lies of feminism. The lies of feminism. All the big statements that feminism made are all lies. Why are they lies? They are lies because feminism do not respect science, do not respect biology, and do not respect reality. And that is why majority of women who follow feminism regret, but they put up show to make you feel that they have not regretted. But that's your own cup of tea. So ladies and gentlemen, toxic masculinity refers to a woman who is trying to be a man. And because she can't be a man and has never been a man, will never be a man, she becomes a fake man who is dangerous to herself, who destroy herself and destroy everyone. My name is Kwabna Bibini Berima. You can call me DJ Fuad. Do well to subscribe on TikTok as the Men's Voice Podcast. Share the video and give me your comment. If you disagree with me, bring it. And even if you want to be on the show, request, I will arrange for you to be on the show to disagree with me and challenge whatever we